Hey guys, hope everybody is well. Uh, I wanted to make a video about a pattern that you all need to learn inside out, back to front, and upside down. If there was only ever one pattern that you guys learn, that you take away from the time spent in this Discord, the time spent learning technical analysis through Swayze's charts and my methodologies, if there's only one thing that you guys take away, is I would say it would have to be, without a shadow of a doubt, learning the head and shoulders reversal pattern. It is an absolute must for any person that wants to become proficient in seeing how the markets move. The head and shoulders reversal pattern is by far the most repeated pattern that you'll see across the charts on any time frame, any market, whether it's stock, indices, gold, silver, copper, the stock market, the American futures market, the cryptocurrency market, whatever it is, whatever market it is, the head and shoulders reversal pattern is by far the most common pattern you'll see. Now, why do you need to learn it? Why is it so important? Well, several reasons, yeah. Learning this will give you the heads up on danger levels, on where price may fall from, where it might not be able to get past on the charts. And if it does get past certain levels, then you've got permission to trade because price has defeated the head and shoulders reversal pattern, and then the buyers are in control. So it gives you a heads up on who's in control, whether it's the buyers or the sellers. With any market, the buyers or the sellers. Someone's always going to be dominant. Maybe accepting consolidation, but that's the dealers taking market orders, and that's a different story for another time. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some examples of head and shoulders patterns because they come in many different forms. What you're looking at here is Hurricane on the 4 hour. Now, what I've done is I've highlighted, as you can see, with these little uh, red circles, not circles, but you know what I mean, ovals. Couldn't think of the word then. uh, the areas that you guys need to look at, and I'll explain how you actually work a head and shoulders. Yeah. So as you can see here, we have the left shoulder. We have an inverted head and shoulders here. There's the head, and we have the right shoulder here. Now, what you do in real time, you'll see it forming, and the real trick in this game is reacting in real time. So what you'll do is you'll draw a trend line to the close of the left shoulder, right? The close. So not the wick, but the close. So what we can do, we can zoom in a little bit and make sure that we got the close correct, yeah? So here we go. So we draw it precisely to the close of the left shoulder, which is here, right? And then what we do is we draw it to the right shoulder, or where we think the right shoulder is going to form. And what happens is that price, once the right shoulder is formed, the left shoulder forms first, then the head. This is an inverted head and shoulders, and then the right shoulder forms. And you'll notice that price cannot get past the close from the left shoulder. It just can't get past it. And then price not only can't get past it, but has severely dropped off. I mean, this was the big drop with Hurricane, yeah, when it went down from like, I don't know, 64p or whatever it was, where it touched with the wick, and then came all the way down to the lower lows. Massive big downtrend, short sell, short squeeze, and took everybody out big time. So this was predicted with the head and shoulders. Now, if you those guys, if they would have been proficient in technical analysis, you would have had a heads up on what was potentially going on with the market. You would have a heads up, and you'd have an indication of what's actually going on. Because when you see these wicks here, right, on the right shoulder, guys, yeah? So this is the right shoulder of the Head and Shoulders, right? I'm just going to delete this oval, right? Then we can see it. When you see these wicks here, right, you know, and it's on a right, and it's on a right shoulder of Head and Shoulders. All these wicks here, you've got a very good indication that price is going to reverse. But look at this candle. I mean, look at that. Look at the tail bar on it. This is such a bearish candle. I mean, it's unbelievable. Look at that. Look at this. Look at the selling there, right? Selling, selling, selling. Boom. And then off the back of this Head and Shoulders, price gapped, came back up, gapped, and then it was basically a downtrend all the way down to 5.5p. Imagine being stuck, trapped in that trade. Imagine owning hurricane shares at 50, 60p, and you've been trapped for over a year in that. But knowing technical analysis will give us the heads up and enable us to make money making strategies, and try and it's all about managing risk and managing your positions, yeah, effectively. Because the thing is, guys, if you get trapped at a position where you're 55p and then you're at 5.5p, what are you going to do? Your capital's trapped. Your capital's effectively on suspension. It's on ice, because if you sell, you're losing 95% of your position, right? So what do? You wait. Sometimes it takes years. I mean, look at the consolidation period on POG from the video the other day we did, guys. 5 years consolidation. This is why technical analysis is absolutely vital, all right? And people that criticize it on the forums, they criticize it because they don't understand it. And human nature, unfortunately, is to attack and criticize what they don't understand. So what I've done, guys, right, in Swayze's chart, soon to be launched, official opening Discord, and I'm very excited about it, is I've put a lot of examples of the different versions of Head and Shoulders that we see. All right, we've got them for Rolls Royce, Hurricane, which is absolute classic. IAG. That's a classic Head and Shoulders. That one there with the left arm, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Look at the drop. Boom. This is why it's vital to learn these. Look at this inverted Head and Shoulders. Look at that. Looks like an alien, doesn't it? Left shoulder, inverted head, right shoulder. Price couldn't get over the right clause. Boom. Look at the drop on that. Then we've got CPI. They're very subtle, some of these Head and Shoulders, but as you practice and backtesting is going over previous market data and drawing out setups, Head and Shoulders charts. I'm going to do a video on backtesting at some point soon, all right? Backtesting is very important. And look at this EasyJet. Look at that. Boom. Came back up. Boom. Amigo. Inverted Head and Shoulders with Amigo. Look at that. Head. There's a left shoulder. Inverted head. Couldn't get past that level, and look at the drop. Wow. Imagine how many billions and billions of pounds that went into dealers' pockets, siphoning off all the money from the from Amigo. Because that's what it's all about. It's legal robbery. Metro, inverted, Head and Shoulders drop. CPI, Head and Shoulders drop. Look at that. Look at that. You see, the reason why the dealers drop the markets like this, guys, is they want you trapped in your position. So they do a short squeeze, which is extreme aggressive selling, right? So before you know it, you're out of the game. But the thing is, with the technical analysis, gives us the heads up to act and save our soldiers. Our capital are our soldiers, yeah? And without that capital, we don't have an army. Without an army, we can't fight. We have to be in a position where we can operate as traders, right? And this is what it's all about. Check this one out. Tullow Oil. I mean, that company, that was like one of the second biggest shorts in the history of the stock market. And it's just full of Head and Shoulders. I put multiple examples of Tullow. Look, you got one there, you got an inverted one there. Gaps, head and shoulders reversal patterns. So yeah, arc minerals, inverted head and shoulders, boom. Sol Gold now is interesting. This is a big drop from Sol Gold. Uh, Back the left shoulder started forming 2017, but look at that. Look at that. Boom. KDNC, head and shoulders. They come in many different forms, but effectively they're all the same. HSBC, inverted head and shoulders. When you see Price struggling to get above that clause from the left shoulder, it's time to look at maybe getting out of your position, right? KDNC, another head and shoulders drop. So yeah, so what I've done is I've put plenty of examples in there. Now, guys, when you're in the Discord soon, you'll be able to start back testing and drawing out your own head and shoulders. And I want to see loads of examples from what that you guys draw and back test off the charts. All right. So I know it's been a slightly longer video than usual, but I thought it was really, really important. The head and shoulders, there's many more patterns to learn. There's many more techniques. There's many, many more things to go through. But let's start with the most important pattern that you guys need to become expert in. Head and shoulders reversal pattern. All right, guys. As usual, it's been a pleasure making a little video for you, and I look forward to chatting to